you have some ideal customer profile or something like target audience, and it's very important to create valuable content for such kind of audience, because you need to give some value, because people realize that you help them with your content.
Today I'm with Nika. Nika is a marketer. She's building a personal brand all through consistent posting on LinkedIn, Twitter, Product Hunt, Blue Sky, YouTube. So yeah, I'm thrilled to have Nika here with me today, and we're gonna be talking a lot about content and personal branding and marketing. So please, Nika, if you want to introduce yourself, who are you and what do you do?
So hi, thank you for having me. To be honest, I was very freaked. What other social media are you going to name? Because there's a lot of social media I am active and also not active. But yeah, you are right. Actually, I'm in social media marketing most of my time. So uh, I've been doing marketing for more than 5 years and really touched many areas like newsletters, content creation, video editing, and things like that. So I'm trying to cover most of marketing parts in general. And right now I'm co-organizing events. So yeah, I'm also into offline. So yeah, that's me.
Wow, amazing. It seems like you're doing a lot of stuff, which is great. I love that. What inspired you in the first place to build your personal brand and how it has evolved like over time?
Well, to be honest, I started building my personal brand because I felt not to be recognized in the past. I did some stuff for a local agency, and um, your work is not visible. You are almost like a ghost. Nobody pay attention to your work because you are under the company name. And when you want to share something with someone, for example, when you want to have better job positions, or you want to, you want to get better jobs, better paid jobs, you need to show some portfolio. And I realized that my profile, my activity is the best portfolio I can to show someone. And that's exactly how I started with personal branding and started posting on social media. Especially, I started on Product Hunt platform, where I've built a community with over, right now, I think it's around 9,000 followers or something like that. And those people transferred to other social media like LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube. And that's why I started with my personal branding. And I can see many benefits, but also some disadvantages. But in general, I think it's paying off.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. It's crazy because the moment that you start positioning yourself as an expert in what you do, like you said, your profile is like your portfolio. So it makes sense that the more you put effort into your profile, into your portfolio, the more opportunities you're gonna have, and you're gonna be like a top choice for most job offers. Let's talk a little bit more about Product Hunt. How did you started building community on Product Hunt, and
Mm,
why?
yeah, that's a very good question, because at first it wasn't my intention. The very first time I heard about Product Hunt was, I think, 2022. It was like February or March, because the founder of Minimalist Phone app I've been collaborating with for more than 4 years, I think. He mentioned that we could launch product on a Product Hunt, and my task was to do some research about the platform. And when I when I was on Product Hunt, I realized that I really liked the mindset of entrepreneurs on this platform. And it really felt like the place where I want to spend most of my time. So I decided to build the community here. And it's exactly was like a drug, you need to be there every day. And I started chatting with people and discovering new products. And I really like the concept. And right now today it's my, I think, 1000 days on Product Hunt platform in a row. Like I didn't
Well,
skip a single day. And yeah, I think that if you want to stick with something for a long term, you need to have a passion for that.
yeah. I mean, is it like the community aspect of Product Hunt? You think that's like the thing that makes people wanna stay, wanna stick?
I think that the main reason of many makers who are part of the Product Hunt platform is that they want to launch their product here to make their product visible. So for them, it's mainly marketing part, but for me, it's like getting know these people, because those people are circulating in this platform, and each time I have the opportunity to meet these people, to have a talk with them, to connect with them on LinkedIn, to get to know their work, their background, and it's really interesting to have some overview. Yeah, so I think it's very interesting to hear story of each founder who is very um, interested in growing their product, their company.
Yeah, it's definitely the place to launch like a product there. But how, like I've seen a little bit about Product Hunt, but if you can explain how it works, because it's mostly for launches, no? People that are like founders that want to launch like a software tool. But is it, how does it work? Do you like make posts on the platform, or you just like launch your product and that's it?
So I will explain the concept of Product Hunt. The main idea of the Product Hunt is to make visible the new technologies, especially in software, so people can launch their software products on this website, and people or users of the platform have 24 hours to upvote for the product that is, for example, the most interesting to them, or it's the most valuable. And those top rated products are on the top of the platform. So any visitor who visits the product and platform see these products as the first. So, when you are the first product on the top of the page, people pay attention to you. So it's a kind of marketing for them, for those makers. And yeah, if you are on the top, you can be approached by investors, you can get more opportunities, you can get more paying customers. But yeah, you can also lead some discussions in the Product Hunt forums, which is something like posting your post or kind of content, and the people can discuss under this post, comment it, and you can have very very good conversation with users. So there are many parts like newsletter from Product Hunt and things like that.
Is this how you build your audience to 9,000 followers in Product Hunt? Like just interacting with people, like commenting?
Yeah, it's like that predominantly. I'm very very curious about what's new in the tech world. So I'm trying to observe the products that are launched every day. And when something is interesting or useful to me, I leave a comment, or if I have some suggestions for improvements, I also share them. and then I write content, especially those posts in forums, and to lead discussions with other makers or users of the platform. So this is exactly what I'm doing almost 3 years.
Wow, amazing. And let's talk about Substack, because I know you have a newsletter, and I've been subscribed for quite a while now.
Thank you.
I saw you got your first paid user recently, if I'm not mistaken, like a couple months ago.
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, uh, yeah, actually, I started writing a newsletter maybe 2 years ago, but I used a different platform, MailChimp, because I was used to this platform from the previous years. And then I decided that I want to share my content with a broader audience because MailChimp seemed to me more closed platform. Like you can deliver your content only into mailbox of your subscribers. But Substack is something between newsletter and articles that can be available to bigger audience, so I think that deliverable. Sorry, I
Hmm,
it's late for me.
no
I think that
worries.
delivering this kind of content via Substack is more efficient because it's available to more people.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I mean, it's kind of like Beehive in a sense, right? Well, it's like a competitor of Beehive, but you get more reach and more engagement through things like notes, for example, or like the articles you were mentioning. You can also interact with posts, comment. So, what would you say is the best? Like, can you give us some tips to grow an audience on Substack?
Yeah, actually, I published one article on this topic maybe 2 weeks ago, and I mentioned that a lot of subscribers I had uh, was from notes. It's something like posting a very short tweet, but it's for Substack. Also, it's very useful and very important to create content that is valuable for your ideal customer. You have some ideal customer profile or something like target audience, and it's very important to create valuable content for such kind of audience because you need to give some value when you want to have subscribers because people realize that you help them with your content. Another step how you can have more subscribers is cross posting on social media your content. You need to let know your followers on LinkedIn or Twitter that you are writing something because you need to make yourself more visible. So these are some tips.
Yeah, so definitely making notes, you would say, is the top one. Um, Cross posting to other platforms like LinkedIn, maybe X. I find that notes it's a little bit similar like X in a sense. Like it's a short amount of characters that you can write, and there's like a certain formatting people use. You think?
Yes, it's as you said, but in Substack notes you can actually write more with more characters. So I think that Substack is very specific because also offers live streams or video conferences, also podcast, and you can monetize this content, which is very good. I think that Twitter also has some ways of monetizing the content, but you need to be very popular or famous on this platform. And as you know, many creators quit this platform because of the of the new owner. as you know. So
Well, on Substack, so that means we could have done the podcast on Substack.
mm,
I didn't know that you could like host podcasts there. That's nice. I don't think a lot of people uses that feature, or at least I haven't seen a lot of podcasts on Substack.
to be honest, I do not use Substack for podcasting. I prefer writing for Substack because personally I think that I'm a better writer than speaker. Uh, but yeah, I had some videos on my YouTube channel. Right now, I have a short break because I do all of things on my own, like recording, like creating thumbnails, editing, and it's very time consuming.
Yeah,
So I think that you know what I'm talking about. So right now I have like prepared 30 videos, very short videos, but I need to edit them. And it's a
that's
kind of
definitely the most time-consuming part of everything, like editing.
yeah. I need to say that there was one also consuming part, and that was recording those videos I've prepared. You know, I've prepared scripts and I have a very poor eyesight, so I couldn't use a teleprompter. So I had
Oh.
to remember all things I wrote, and it was like reciting everything, you know. And
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like you're reading and then you're like, fuck, I missed it again. And you have to
yes,
do the
yes,
thing
yes.
again, again, and again until you
And
get it right.
now I have like when I want to create one video from those videos um, I shooted, there is like for one video maybe 40 videos, and I need to select from those 40 videos those best ones and you know merge them into one.
Yeah,
So this is one video for one video, and I want to create these videos like 30. So I have a lot of materials, maybe more than 500 videos. I need to select those best parts, and I really do
that's a
not
lot
know.
of videos. It's
Yeah,
like you have to watch every single one of them, select the parts where you're gonna put in the actual video. It's a lot. Like me, that I've been like a video editor for like more than 7 years, 8 years. I started very young, and it was always like this, like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna record a video, and then I think once I have everything, I'll have to watch everything from end to end just to select the good parts and put it back together. It's
but
so time consuming.
that's not all. You know, you need to select those videos, and then you need to add those best effects. You know, so
Yeah,
that was just only the first part of editing. The
chop
next
it
part of
up.
editing.
Yeah, of course. It's like chop it up, make sure it's good. Don't make any mistakes with the sound. Like put the coloring, put the voiceovers, put the effects. It's a
Yeah,
whole another thing than writing. That's
yeah.
crazy. So, what are your thoughts on LinkedIn as a platform to build like your personal brand?
I think that it's a really good platform because many people were complaining like, oh, it's going to be like Facebook, and you know, it's more cringe than it used to be, and people are showing off their success stories and milestones. But we do not have to forget that this platform is for professionals. Like it mean it's meant to be like the platform where you are trying to find a job. And when you want to try to find a job, you need to present yourself as a professional, your best results. So it's it's logical that people want to share the best of their career success stories, you know. Also, take Instagram, people share their best holidays, vacations, their best shape or of their figures, or they take photos of the meal they prepared. But no, almost no one shares something what looks terrible, you
Mhm.
know. So I think that LinkedIn is a good place to find a job, and also for sharing knowledge, some learnings. And I'm trying to also build my personal brand here because it's the place where many people reach out to me because of sponsorships to be promoted in my newsletter or through social media posts. So it was something like a touch point.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's true that a lot of people think that LinkedIn is kind of cringe because all the corporate things that everybody is like posting, like my morning coffee. And they put like, here is what I learned about making coffee at 4 a.m. And it's just like this terrible life kind of post structure that everybody
Yeah,
knows.
yeah. I propose my wife, and this is the learning for B2B, like
Yeah.
totally unlogical thing.
It's
And
like you can
I'm
post
like,
whatever and you can make it about like B2B or AI in the workplace type of stuff. But I mean, in a sense, I've seen more people that are bringing on more like comedy into the platform with like memes and like this sort of satire content. But and definitely more people bringing in more personal pictures and whatnot. Um, I think it's good people think it's cringe because it means that there's less competition on LinkedIn. And I saw a stat the other day and it said like only 1% of users create content on the platform. So, I mean, I think it's a good opportunity, and especially if you're into B2B services or products or SaaS, for
mm,
example.
I think that the reason why LinkedIn started to be a place for memes is that LinkedIn needs younger audience, Gen Z, and this is the way how Gen Z communicate, like not completely but partially. And it's the way how to attract new users, younger users. They also implemented LinkedIn games,
Oh yeah.
so
Well, I don't think anybody uses them.
I don't I don't use them.
They also have like I saw a post the other day about someone sharing like this certification post where they congratulate you because you reached a new goal, whatever. And it was something like, I finally achieved that. When my family ask me what I do, I just say I scroll TikTok for a living. Instead of saying that I work in marketing, I just say I scroll TikTok for a living. And I thought it was very funny.
Actually, it's creative and it's true. I think it's the easiest way how to explain marketing because I also say to my family members what I do. I do marketing, and they are like, "What is it?" And I can explain them this concept hundreds times, and they never remember the concept, and they still don't know. But when you say, I did this picture for Facebook, and you can see this picture on Facebook, this is what I did, and this is marketing, So you need to demonstrate it in a very, very basic way.
Yeah, that's crazy. Probably some of your family members, I don't know you, but mine's, for example, the older people would not understand, like, is he getting paid just to post pictures on social media?
It's like that. I think that uh, generations or older generations, they are not completely used on the idea that you can be paid online, because my parents or grandparents were paid for physical manual work, and it's completely something that they can't imagine that I am paid for being online just typing some words into my PC.
Hmm.
It's like, that's not a work, find a real work,
Yeah,
find a
yeah,
real job.
exactly. They're
but
always like that.
but when you are paid, it's job.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy that right now you can be like you and me, we're in two different countries and a lot of thousands of kilometers apart, and we're having this conversation. And I mean, you're getting paid to do stuff online. I'm getting paid to do stuff online. So, I mean, it's great. And now with AI, that I see kids building these AI products in probably like 30 days. They build a product, they launch it, and they scale it. It's wild times.
Yeah.
So how did you mentioned you got sponsorships? How did you got your first sponsorships?
It was my friend from the US. Actually, we
Oh, nice.
haven't met each other in person, but we met on Twitter, somehow supported with some engagement because it was very sympathetic to me to meet him. It was kind of inspiration that he earned money from his newsletter, and he once sent me money to my buy me a coffee for sponsorship, and I think that he did it because he wanted to encourage me. you know I think that he didn't need his logo in my newsletter, like for making some impact, because I had back then maybe 100 subscribers, so it's not so much, but it was really kind of him to make this push, because sometimes I have a lack of confidence, I would say, and this push was something that helped me to stay strong for myself and to be more comfortable to ask money for sponsorships, because I don't know, I'm not from a family that is somehow into entrepreneurship. My
Mhm.
family members always were employees, and for me it was something I couldn't imagine that I could earn money online or could earn money just from freelancing. And I really, I really appreciate that I had someone in totally different country who supported me, who supported my work, and encouraged me to do what I love.
Hey, shout out to your friend. That's
Ooh.
awesome. um, yeah, I mean, especially when you're starting out and you don't see results very quickly, you tend to doubt yourself. Well, at least that what happens to me sometimes. That I try, and it feels like I'm not reaching my goals. But it's like this. You just have to keep going. I don't know how many years you have been doing this.
This is good question, because first I didn't start with international audience. Actually, I started with the Slovak audience, which is actually my native language, and it was easier for me to speak in Slovak,
Hmm.
but it was very hard to monetize. And I did these things for 3 years, just only for the Slovak community, and then I decided to switch to international. And this international community I've been managing almost for 4 years. So in total, it can be more than 7 years.
Wow, 7 years writing on the internet.
Yes.
Amazing. And I saw you were on Forbes Slovakia. Is that right?
Forbes Slovakia, I will explain. I would say that it's something like franchise of the international Forbes, but only for our country. And I became an external contributor after my graduation.
Oh, that's super nice. So you essentially graduated marketing while you were writing for other people, and you got invited to participate in Forbes. Is that right?
Actually, I think that it was, I graduated. It was in May 2021, I think. And I wanted to go further in my studies. I wanted to have PhD. But something inside me was like, I want to work as well. So I sent some CVs and applied to many jobs, and it was summer, and I I've sent so many messages and so many CVs that I even didn't remember who I sent to, you know. And in August, I received an email like, "Hey, like your CV is quite good. Could you send us some ideas for articles and maybe headlines? How you describe this topic?" And I was like, okay, I send them maybe 3 topics and 3 drafts of some articles or headlines, and then we started collaborating, you know. So I think that I was lucky.
That's very cool. And you kept working with them for 1 year, or how did it how
Actually,
did it happen?
I could contribute as much as I could or as I wanted. It was something like freelancing, so I could contribute anytime I wanted. But there was kind of, I would say it was a restriction for me. Like, uh, they are very good. Like, I really like what they do, but I wanted to travel abroad and attend conferences. And when I attend any conference, I asked them if I could uh, did some interview, and they were like, "Yeah, but it needs to be someone from Slovakia." Like,
Mm,
you know, or if I wanted to visit any conference in other country, they didn't give me a media pass.
okay.
So it was kind of like, I want to be international. I want to do things on the international level. So I started creating my personal brand, started interviewing people, started writing in English, and that was something I saw as the way to attend conferences in other countries and to do what I like.
Yeah, and now you're here.
Yes.
6 years of work. So I'm guessing you do this like full time now. You have clients. How do you work with other people?
Actually, my main client is still Minimalist Phone, and I really feel like a part of the team. It's a Munich-based company, and the company is developing the app for Android, and also right now we are launching a iOS version on Kickstarter, and the main concept is digital detox app that
Yeah.
is not icon based but text based, with features that help people to spend less time on their smartphones and to be more present in real life.
Oh wow, that's interesting. How does it work? Because I've seen some of those apps, and I remember one friend had an app that if he didn't solve algebra or something like that, he wouldn't use your like the social media. Or there was another where you have to go out and physically touch grass, and if you don't
Uh,
do it, you don't get access to your social media. So
it,
it's kind of like an interesting concept.
it's not completely like that. Actually, it looks like this. I'm not so sure.
Oh yeah, like a
Can see.
time blocker.
Yeah, and yeah, you can customize it according to yourself. It doesn't have to be black. You can have white color or orange color, but the main idea is to help people and prevent them from overusing social media, because it's a problem, and I could
Yeah,
see on myself how I spend more time on social media. It was like FOMO, you know. And apart from this, I manage social media to one real estate agency in my country. So it's a local client. And also, right now, we are preparing with a different client the theater festival in my town. So, yeah,
nice.
it's a lot of work, but I really like it. And
Yeah, seems like you have a lot of things going on.
yeah, and apart from that, I'm trying to organize hackathon in a capital city with two guys, but this is not work, but it's something like a leisure time activity because I want to socialize with more tech people in my country, and hopefully, if it's successful, I would like to expand to other countries.
Wow, amazing. Um, let's say hypothetical situation, but let's say that you lose your social media. How do you? How would you, starting from zero, grow it or grow it again?
Mhm. That's a really good question. I would create new accounts, you know, announce what happened because you need to be a good storyteller to attract people's attention. I would I think that a really good thing is to have the best contacts, like somewhere mm, you need to have somewhere written your contacts, like in some list or cheat their email, so you can message them. And most of people are responsive to email addresses or some messages on phones. So I would let them know this way they can follow me or we can connect again, and that's the story I could continue with my content creation because I think that build build social media and audience on social media platforms is not very easy, but if you know how to repeat something again, some pattern, then can make you successful, you can do it again.
Yes. Yeah, 100%. And what would you say, like for beginners, what would you say is the best platform to start? Um,
Any platform that where is your audience, maybe it can be TikTok, maybe it can be Twitter, LinkedIn. You need to find where the most of your target audience is, but foremost you need to enjoy being there, because if you are forced to do something, it's not very probable that you will stick to that.
yes. Yes, it's not very probable that you're gonna succeed because you're not gonna be more motivated to put in the work and actually enjoy being there, the conversations that you have with people. Yeah. So yeah, just to wrap it up, I think we've had an amazing conversation. But if you can let people know, where can we find you? How can we work with you?
Okay, so as you've said in intro part, I have many social media. I prefer when I can get in touch with people on LinkedIn and Twitter predominantly. But if people want to have more stories, definitely Substack. But I prefer LinkedIn at the moment.
Okay, perfect. I'll link your social media in the description of the video so people can find you there, message you. Yes, and it was very very great to talking to you and get to know your story.
Thank you very much for having me, and I'm happy to be there.